Hello viewers, welcome back to Space Haven, where we join Emerson, Jimmy, Madeline, and Tala aboard the HSS Horus. In their continuing adventures to find a new home amidst the stars. Currently, we are waiting for them to construct a microweaver, and also waiting for Madeline and Emerson to recover from a concussion. We do have one minor output problem here, where we're waiting for this chemical refiner for someone to clear the output of this chemical refiner so that it can continue making chemicals and IV fluids. While we wait for that, it's probably time to, it's time to check the status of our other industry. We're still low on hyperfuel, although it looks like we've made one since last we looked. It also looks like they inserted one more in the leftmost hyperdrive here. So the ship is fueled up. We have a bit of Hyperion. We're not in a crisis at the moment. We are a little low on water, but with plenty of ice. And it does look like Madeline's doing the botany tasks. So in general, I'd say everyone's doing pretty well. I'm not sure why they're storing stuff here. I don't remember seeing those there last episode. But it looks like they've dropped off some packages at the airlock. Also, I'm seeing water on the ground here. That's a good sign. And I did just see water delivered to the plants. So I have a feeling that part of our water issue is probably just that a single water refiner isn't refining water fast enough. Not positive about that. We've never actually run out. We've just gotten extremely low. And again, I think the issue is just it takes a long time to walk back and forth. It takes someone to operate the machine. It takes someone to pick the output up and return it to storage. So you just end up always behind. Because the machines just aren't fast enough, the people aren't fast enough. Whatever, things are getting done. We have a microweaver now. So a microweaver produces fabrics from fibers. As far as I remember, there's zero need for fibers. Like, the only thing that might use fibers is the composter here. Which, yes, sure, we could turn fibers into compost, but we don't really want to do that. We're just doing biomatter for now. We have so much biomatter, 98. We're generating that constantly. Biomatter is the worst way to make fertilizer, but not by a whole lot. I take it back. Using processed food is the worst way. You can also compost corpses here. Although you don't get fertilizer, you just get chemicals from those. Biomatter, there's so much of. That's really what we want to be doing, is turning that into fertilizer. We are out of fertilizer, so it's conceivable that we want to make another composter. We do have some space up here, or over here, where we could throw that. In fact, let's take a look at what it costs. It takes 2 infra and 2 tech. That's quite reasonable, considering we are low on all of that stuff, but I think to put this in, we'd really want to rearrange the walls. Yeah, I think we could put it here if we removed this wall. Let's do that. We'll have a second composter that will really, hopefully, improve our rate of generating compost. It does look like we are a little low. So while our grow beds are growing, They did manage to use up all of our compost when we weren't paying that much attention to it. Okay, here's a good sign. It does look like the industry tasks are proceeding. We're almost out of the red everywhere. We're using energy at an alarming rate, so we're going to have to go find a source for energy and hyperfuel. Fertilizer is our only lack right now. They have destroyed that wall, so let's throw another composter down there. See if that helps. So composting, I believe it automatically makes a compost job with your biomatter. And says, as long as you have biomatter, it's going to compost it by default. All right, once they've built, actually, even before they've built that composter, I think it's time that we started jumping. Let's also check trade opportunities here. These guys have nobles. They have energy rods. Nothing else at a good cost. And they're paid terrible prices for things, although they will take some of our biomatter off our hands. I'm not sure it's a good idea now that we have 2 composters. Let's see how fast we can use that stuff up. Some of the things I'd be willing to part with are chemicals, soft blocks. Let's get rid of some of these. With 324, we could buy a couple energy rods. That would not hurt. Don't quite have enough monies. Let's give them a chemical also. In fact, yeah, that's fine. 3 energy rods. Alright, so that means we're going to wait for that trade to go through before we do the jump. Let's turn this off. Sorry, Jimmy. I know you wanted to. I'm glad you were on that jump for us, but we're really going to need to wait for that trade to complete. Everyone goes, dumping stuff into the airlock. That should trigger the shuttle to go make a trade for us. So nice that you can trust the other guys to just send their shuttle over with goods. I guess we could remotely lock the door so they can't unload it, but until we see their goods, but I guess people just trust each other enough when they're trading. Look at that. The shuttle dumped a little pile here. The crew immediately comes and picks that pile up and brings it to storage. The shuttle's back docked, so we are ready to jump. I don't quite know where we're going. As long as we're going somewhere where we can gather resources. I'd rather not jump directly into meteoroids unless they're the only option. So here's carbon. There's a lot of carbon here. There's fuel. Looks like that is a dead end route, although it could connect here. Let's go that way first. Nebula, and it is a dead end. Sorry, a nebula and a solar flare. Yeah, no thank you. This direction. We have more micro... here we are. Hyperfuel with no danger. I like this. Alright, we will drop here. And let's set about doing some mining. Probably should have checked the crew status after that last interstellar jump to make sure no one had any nausea. I don't really see any negative effects. Tala's a little hungry. Double check our status here. Yeah, so I think you can do the mining for us, Emerson. I'd like to see you do it also, Madeline, just so we get it done quickly. In case there's any pirates, let's just check the 11 Hyperium. That's excellent. So we're going to gobble up that Hyperium. And we're going to look a little bit more around systems before we go too crazy on exploring these derelicts. Interesting, you can hail derelict. I would like to explore it just in case there is a... Just in case there's a chance that there's a, any people over there. So I'm actually going to draft Jimmy. Jimmy, we're going to go explore that thing. Get in here. Jimmy, remember, is carrying some kind of automatic weapon. So he should be okay. He's also tough. He's got some gunner skill. Mainly, though, he's got bloodlust, so he doesn't get scared or panicked. Jimmy's going to come over here and dock at this ship here. Been a few episodes since we've had an alien encounter. So while those two are taking their time mining the Hyperium in this sector, we're going to have Jimmy run over here, see what he can get from this ship. Really hoping on finding some kind of suspended animation type pod that there's a crew member who's just survived the destruction of the ship, but is someone we can hire or bring aboard. It has yet to happen. Someday, I'm hoping it will. Okay, Jimmy's out into the ship and starting his exploration. Entry secure. Opening the door. Wow, there's crates on the floor. That's interesting. Okay, I think there's a door over here, Jimmy. Yes. Let's see what's in there. No bugs so far. That's good. What do we have over here? The door. There's the generator room. Still looking empty. Nothing, huh? Let's head out here. What is that? That's an oxygen generator, I think. The ship is very cold. Oops. Let's head through here. Come on, get somewhere where you can see what's going on, Jimmy. This looks like the bridge. Bridge is empty. So far, nothing on the ship. I'm kind of surprised. I thought for sure there would be bugs. We haven't seen those in a while. And this is a new solar system altogether. Maybe it's time we saw like a new alien life form. Not sure what there is out there. So far we know there's some kind of spider-like aliens that wrap people in cocoons. And we know there's pirates, human pirates, but I don't know if there's anything else. Take a look, this place is looking pretty deserted. Some medical beds. They had a pretty good medical center on board the ship. This is the aft section of the ship, I guess. I expect the engines to be back here because we didn't see any engines yet. Oh, they were over there. Never mind. I guess this is the front of the ship. It's interesting. Maybe just a cockpit. There we go. Nothing. Nothing at all aboard the ship. Jimmy, you are no longer drafted. We'll get some air. You know what? I want you back on the other ship, so let's make sure you are set up not to take breaks over here. Great. Okay. So you should be walking home. Let's double check what we saw here. We saw no power. There's a bunch of stuff on the floor. There's a bedroom way up here at the front of the ship. A generator. Another generator. A bridge. Not much, honestly. Sorry for cutting into your dinner time there, buddy. Cannot salvage. Oh, shuttle's drafted. Oops. Sorry about that, Jimmy. Okay, there's still a lot of Hyperium there. They didn't quite finish. They got 2. So that's probably because we got here very late. We do have a lot of logistics tasks to finish. So let's see what we can get done before something disastrous happens. Take a look at what we... Oh, there's a lot of energy on that ship. We're definitely going to pick that up. We're definitely going to pick up the electronic components. Oh, that's a great find. 8 energy rods. We'll also take the energy blocks. We'll just take everything there. Salvaging. This would be quite valuable salvage. We're not going to do that yet. It's just a huge waste of time for us until we have substantially more resources. But that'll bring us up to quite a bit of energy rods. We're kind of have a good backlog of energy, good backlog of water. It looks like finally somebody went and picked up the water out of the water machine. It's looking quite promising right now. The main thing we're missing is compost, which is ironic, considering these compost machines are turning their biomatter into compost as fast as possible. Yeah, so that's going to work. I think having 2 of these is a good idea. Looks like the biomatter, I believe, was 98 before we added that second one. That's 89. Oh, crew is up. Emerson and Madeline are up mining. Tala is retrieving items from the derelict. Jimmy is back home taking care of the logistics and industry. Let's keep an eye on Jimmy. We really want to make sure stuff is happening here. I'm a little worried that the grow beds are going to die, although it looks like they're no longer demanding compost, so we must have had just enough to keep the cycle going. That's good. Temperature is optimal, light is optimal, CO2 is optimal. So we're doing great on our grows. Jimmy is working the water machine. We still have 1 Hyperium to mine. Looks like we're just about done there. That's fantastic. Okay, so the mining operation is wrapping up already. Taking a look at the derelict. We are finished transferring from the derelict, and Tala is heading home. Great. This was a very successful pit stop. We're up to 9 Hyperium with 4 hyperfuel refined. Fantastic, team. We will let you guys finish up today's tasks. Double check your schedule and priorities. Looks like you know what to do. Everything seems to be getting done. Logistics are overwhelmed once again, so we're going to have to spend some time in the morning getting the hyperfuel and the energy rods out of the doorway. But I think what we're going to do is plot some new navigation coordinates and jump to another system as soon as possible. So let's take a look at the map again. So the star map here, there's a bunch of ice and a derelict here. Might be nice to stop there just to check that derelict for survivors. But we definitely don't need that ice. We still have plenty of ice. We can always come back for that. That's an easy gather. We're going to take a look beyond that first, though. Just stopping just for a derelict. We are up to 14 energy rods, so that's fantastic. That means we should be able to set up some more standing orders for things. The main thing that we weren't making, I guess, was energy and tech blocks, but we have plenty of those right now. Alright, before we let this day carry on too long, we should enter our navigation coordinates. Get that jump underway. Steel plates there. It was really this optronics that is kind of a risky thing to be making right now. Optronics are used in tech blocks. I think it's the only step they're being used. We don't have a standing order for tech blocks because we have plenty. But as soon as we decide it's time to make another weapon or another shield, we're going to need more tech blocks. I suppose what I really want to have secured before we start that is more base metals. So that's really what we should be looking for now, are base metals. So let's take a look as soon as this jump is ready and see if we can't find some easier to find base metals. Well, there is some energium, so that's hard to pass up. So we're going to head that direction at least. And look at that. Base metals in a solar flare. Sorry, that's not base metals. That's raw chemicals. And a solar flare micrometeoroid sector. We definitely don't want to do that. We're going to drop here, gather this energium, because that's one of the most valuable things we found so far. We'll also take a look at that derelict, so kind of a repeat of what we did yesterday. Might as well I think we're going to skip the ice right now because we have plenty of ice. We'll drop here. Set up a mining order for this energium. There is 7 mineable there. We want it all. And let's take a look at the logistics issues right now. So there's still a giant pile there, so before we do anything else, let's make sure these two are doing the logistics tasks. Madeline can go out to mine. Emerson, let's get you on logistics as well. Never mind, it looks like you're going to hop out to mine. So never mind, we'll let you do that. Alright, so the other two are going to spend their time doing logistics, I hope. Or taking a break, you know. That's what they do around here. We do need this. Can we kick them off their breaks? Oh, they're done already, it's okay. So we're going to have to spend some time just letting them do logistics. Because that is going to immediately get clogged by the incoming miners. The miners are already done. So once the miners get back, they will switch over to logistics as well. Yep, and there Emerson goes. Great. Destacking by the door. Still have plenty of ice. Plenty of water. Once this pile goes down, I will, we're going to conscript Jimmy this time. Still low on fertilizer. How are these things doing? This takes a while. Takes a while. Might even need one more. Okay, there's enough done there that once Jimmy heads back, we are going to draft him. He's carrying something in storage, it says. We're just going to draft you. We're going to dump you into the craft. Oops, please. You are drafted. Get in the shuttle. That shuttle we're going to send to this derelict. If I select it, we're going to dock at this derelict here. And once it speeds over there, I'm going to slow down, select Jimmy, and before he does anything else, I just want to glance at this, make sure people are doing the right things. Jimmy's out. Kind of wish this was Madeline, not Jimmy, but it's alright. Alright, Jimmy. Whoa, there are bugs here. Alright, Jimmy's down. That's not good, okay. Let's undraft the shuttle. Get back to Madeline, draft her. You're gonna head over, get ready for the shuttle. In fact, we're gonna draft everybody. This is an emergency after all. Let's get all of you over to the shuttle. Meanwhile, the shuttle's on its way back. I think that's might be the first time we've had such a dire emergency like that, where somebody got immediately knocked out by the bugs. Let's get this craft back. Hopefully Jimmy survives. It doesn't look like he's taking any more damage, but he is running out of oxygen. The shuttle's here. All three of you are going to get on board. Oops. Hopefully I didn't break things there. Shuttle. Undraft. Oops. I messed up the shuttle somehow. Undraft shuttle. That's what I wanted. Draft the three of you. You're not on break. What do you think you're doing? Jimmy is bleeding out. Okay. Wait for the shuttle to actually dock. Then get on board. Shuttle. Dock. Here. Let's get it over there, people. Alright. Jimmy's alive. He's going to... actually, Madeline, Tala, and Emerson are all getting off. The shuttle is no longer drafted. So Madeline, you're going to go look for bugs. Tala, you're going to watch your back. Emerson, you're going to watch her back. Where did the bugs go? Alright, Madeline, you check that door. Oh, there's one. Tala, you check that door. So I didn't say shoot that door. Wow, those weapons are great. Okay. Emerson, check this door, please. Madeline, head to the front. Tala, head to the back. Madeline, what do you see out here? Nothing? Okay. Luckily, it's a pretty small ship. Tala, I want you to look into that room, and then I want you to come back here. Jimmy, take a step in. Or, sorry, Emerson. Emerson's getting attacked. Get out of there. Alright, Madeline. Tala, go look at that door. Emerson, you are undrafted. Madeline, open this door, please. Tala, go look in that room. Okay. Tala, you are undrafted. Alright, everyone's undrafted. Hopefully that brings the ship over here to pick them up. Let's see if that was worth it. Yeah, it was. Look at that. There are plenty of resources here. Lots of interesting things. Bring all of these back except for the bug meat. That was quite worth it. Take a look at the salvage. So there's a lot of infra scrap, but not really that much worth it. Meanwhile, Jimmy has recovered. No, yes, Jimmy has recovered. And he's sleeping. He does have a monster bite. Uh-oh. Okay. It does not appear to be getting any worse. The rest of the team came and rescued him. Uh-oh. Wait, what's happening here? That's not good. For some reason, they decided to pass out. Let's draft this. Bring it back here. And hopefully get those two on board. And then undraft it. Great. Tala just was going to leave without the rest of the crew. Let them pass out and die. Luckily, we caught that in time. Probably part of the reason that the crew doesn't get along that well. We're finally getting a storage full message on this storage. The second one is about a quarter full, so we are going to have to build another storage soon. Not soon, but relatively soon. Meanwhile, we don't have enough compost. Alright, and that's another night. So let's see what happens tomorrow. Crew's gonna wake up in the morning. Madeline is immediately gonna have to go to sick bay because of her open wound. So that might be an issue. That's gonna require a medical supply. We do have plenty of IV. Let's take a look at what happens. Her open wound is regressing. I imagine someone is going to have to come and take a look at her. I'm going to select this and take a look at the jobs. There is a medical job here, which nobody wants to do, but I'm going to give it to Tala. She's a pretty good medic. Nobody really wants to take care of Madeline because they all hate her. There we go. She's going to go get some IV fluid, hopefully. Or not. Nobody really likes her. She's going to go get food instead. Maybe she's bringing her some food. Maybe that is IV fluid she's carrying. No, it looks like she's bringing her a tray of food. That was nice. Maybe it was IV fluid. Yeah, I guess it was IV fluid, which we're down 1 now. Let's take a look at our microweaver here. Did we ever tell this to make any? I don't think we did. So, I think the idea was we should just keep 5 fabrics in stock. Or should we just make it continuous? Because there's no use for that fiber otherwise. Let's just make that continuous. Whenever you guys get a chance, go make some fabric. And then that will allow us to order medical supplies. And I would like to keep at least 5 medical supplies on hand. Sure, that'll use up some of our plastics. Actually, we have no plastics to use up. So yeah, we're going to need plastics. If we want 5 medical supplies, we're going to need to order at least 2.5 plastics. So let's keep 3 of those on hand. We have plenty of chemicals and carbon to make plastic. Madeline has been treated. Her open wound is healed, so she should be okay. This poor lady just gets abused by this game. Concussions, bitten by monsters, you name it, it's happened to her. Jimmy's on the derelict doing the transfer. So far, he's put some water in there. Looks like everything's coming out of this area. There's a couple crates on the floor. There's some water on the floor. He could probably get it all. Rest of the crew is working. Emerson's coming to bring more IV fluid to Madeline, so she used up 2 already. Boy. And now he's bringing water, hopefully, to the plants. Actually, I'm not sure what back here needs water. Oh, IV. He probably needs water for to make more IV fluid. Let's take a look. Is that what's happening there? Chemicals don't need water, but I bet IV fluid does, yes. And we don't have enough fruit. We won't have enough fruit for a while because we're not going to be able to grow anything. I'll take it back. Maybe we can. It might be time to turn this bed into fruit only. Let's consider that. So I'm going to actually do that. Plant fruit here. Hopefully that doesn't use up too much fruit. Once this one goes down, I will transfer that too. And likewise, there's another one here that was all vegetables, or 50-50, and we want to turn this one into... So sorry, this one will be 4 fruit, which means we can remove 2 fruit from these other ones. So I'd like one to be all vegetables, essentially, and one to be all fruits. So let's turn this one into vegetables. This one will be fruit for now. This one will be vegetables plus fiber. So once this fruit's finished, we will turn that into vegetables. And this one will turn into all meat, I suppose. I'm not sure if that makes sense. I think actually leaving this one of fruit, vegetables, and meat might make more sense. But then we have too much meat. Okay. Anyway, we'll address that. Right now, I just changed 1 over to fruit. I'm going to change 2 over to fruit. That means we should pick up 2 vegetable spots elsewhere. So one of these will become vegetables. One of these will become vegetable, and eventually we'll try to figure out, how to make one of those, each one of these doing its own thing instead of spreading it out like it is. Too confusing as is. Looks like we are getting the fertilizer orders fulfilled, so that's a good sign. Meanwhile, we're just about coming up to the end of the day, so we're going to make plans for tomorrow. We definitely don't want to go there. There's a pirate there, plus just ridiculous amounts of danger. We could go back there and visit this derelict. We haven't done that yet, so that's something to keep in mind. We could pick up water, although we're still... Actually, we're not going to bother with water. We've got plenty of ice, plenty of water. Our energy rods are looking great. Our total fuel is looking great. It actually might be time to start thinking about building the ship out again. So tomorrow let's jump over to here, see what's there, hopefully get past these pirates. In the meantime, hopefully Madeline has recovered from her wound. It looks like she will be done with that by midday tomorrow. The rest of the team is on break here, getting ready for bed. So this looks like a good place to put in a cut for the day. And hopefully we can keep it interesting tomorrow. And there's even a chance that we might take on some pirates sometime soon. Would kind of like to beef up our defenses and offenses a little bit more before I would really feel comfortable, but we can always jump out before they totally destroy us if they turn out to be extremely dangerous. So tune in for that next time, or possibly the time after that. I'm not going to promise that we're going to get to pirate hunting next time, but it's going to be something that happens soon. Until then, take care of yourselves. This has been Corknut and Space Haven, and bye-bye.